Good morning. Good morning. It is Christine here for day 3 of my special series titled Moving Forward While Staying Put. So today I have a topic that has been truly transformative for me. And I hope this helps you and is transformative for you also during this time of so much thinking and concern and uncertainty. So, one of the things that many of us, and I know this is true for me, have been taught, and I want to apologize now if you are hearing this little buzz in the background. It is my computer working on extra power, I guess. And I tried to make some adjustments before we started so I could avoid this, but I guess there's something else I need to learn about. And so we've been taught to use our brain, right? To think our way through things, to be critical thinkers, to think outside the box. And so much emphasis in our lifetime has been on using this part of our head. And I know I've talked about this before, so you may have heard this, seen this. If so, let it be a refresher during this changing times of isolation or just where our lives are shifted in a lot of different directions. So the problem with living here only is that we can get ourselves in a place of overthinking, overanalyzing, living in the future, and all of these things over time can create a sense of, or create in us, anxiety and fear, because we are trying to make sense and control something that in living in the future, projecting a future outcome that we absolutely cannot predict, right? So we might be thinking, how is this situation going to affect my business? How is it going to affect my finances? How is it going to affect my health? There's so many what if questions, or what, how, why types of questions that we can really stay fixed here. We are just giving ourselves more anxiety, more fear, and feeding and fueling something that does not serve us and does not allow us to move forward in this time. There's nothing that we can probably solve by overthinking, right? And I do want to acknowledge that our brain is an amazing, powerful tool, resource, asset that we so need to take care of. And I love my brain, I honor it, and I appreciate it. And at the same time, I don't let my thoughts, my thinking run my life. So what I want to talk to you about today is tapping into your power of inner listening. Because here's the thing, you have so much wisdom and knowledge and answers and next steps and solutions inside you, in your heart, through your intuition, through your higher self, and even in your body. There's so much body wisdom that we have that we don't tap into. So just a quick story. This was something that was a significant shift for me. And again, I mentioned super transformative. For many years, there was a period of my life where I seriously lived the majority of the time in my head. I was a thinker, I was a strategizer, I tried to plan, figure things out, control situations, and it only gave me anxiety. It only gave me problems. And fortunately, when I was going through my health crisis and my divorce, I did a 180 and I started going inward. And in this time, hello Alicia, glad you're here. In this time of going inward, I paused to listen, to connect with the inner wisdom that I had inside me. So I listened to, first, what did my body need? What was my body feeling? What was my body needing? And then I just would take a problem, whether it was my health or a divorce question, and I would ask it kind of to the universe, to God, and then I would sit and listen for guidance, for inner wisdom. I will say in that process, in making that a habit in my daily life, what I started to experience was so much peace And also, I started getting answers, next steps, and solutions in such a graceful way that I didn't have to overthink. And I knew that these were the perfect next steps for me. I felt it in my body. So today's conversation, today's talk with you is to encourage you, to recommend, and to challenge you in this time of being home to take time to listen, to connect in and build a new relationship with your inner wisdom, with your body, with your heart, with your soul. There's so much more that you can tap into in this moment for guidance. So here's what I suggest. I suggest, and you're hearing this a lot, for me to pause and sit and take some time away from doing and go into these new practices. So today, think about something that's been bothering you. Maybe it is, how is this going to affect my finances? How is this, how is my health? And go inside. So instead of thinking about this, drop into your body. So to do this, you can sit down, get away from distractions, take a few deep breaths, and just feel your body. Feel your body in the chair and connect in, and ask, what are you feeling? And you're not asking not how do you feel to your brain, but what are you feeling to your body? So first, just notice what messages you get. You might get a thought, you might hear something, you might see something, and I encourage you to note it and even write it down. So connect in with this inner wisdom. When you do that, sit and wait for something to pop up. If nothing pops up right away, that's okay. Because this is a new muscle that you might be building, or you might be reawakening this muscle of hearing your intuition, of hearing what your body is telling you. I know for so many years, I was getting messages. My body was talking to me. My intuition was talking to me. And most times I ignored it. And when I did hear it, it was so freaking loud that I couldn't ignore it. And it was at that point where I was having a lot of major issues, and it was for my benefit. But let me tell you, waiting so long to hear it, it was kind of a crisis situation. So I know you may be feeling a lot of anxiety and crisis right now. This is the perfect time to go inward and just to get still and listen for answers, listen for next steps, listen for solutions. And I promise you, there are things inside you from your higher self, from your connection with God and Source, that is guidance just waiting for you to hear. That is a next step for you in this time. So again, take this time for you today and every day, a little bit of time, and make it a habit to stay connected throughout your day, to listen for the guidance. As a radiant achiever, if you truly desire to in ease and flow, forging this power of inner listening is critical. And I encourage you in this time where there is, again, so much uncertainty, to take the time to listen. Listen for the wisdom, turn off the TV, get off of social media, and go inside and see what is coming up for you. It could be, again, going in with a question for a problem you're having. It could be going in with a question just to connect with your body and what it's feeling and what it needs. And it can also be going in with a goal that you have, or a goal that you maybe have had on the back burner. Go in place of inquiry. How can I, or in what way can I make a step forward? What is something that can be birthed through you in this time? I promise there are great things waiting for you to come to the surface. So that's my my conversation with you today. I am here for you. Please, in the comments, put anything that comes up for you, any other way I can support you. You are an amazing, radiant being. Connect to that power of inner listening today and moving forward. And I will be with you soon. Sending you love. Bye now.